Hello and welcome to Mr. Castillo's lesson in color. This lesson will be broken down in three parts, and this is part one of three. So let's get started. The objective of this lesson is to understand how your eye sees color, name the properties of colors and the color spectrum, identify different color schemes, be able to mix your own paints, use color as the expressive element in creating art, and recognize the expressive qualities of color that artists use to create meaning. Here are some vocabulary words that you should be familiar with. Now, color is sensitive to emotion. This is my favorite because it is the most expressive element in art. Without color, art will be very different. It is also very difficult to describe. Imagine describing color to a blind person. The colors have feelings and ideas, as we know about feeling blue and buying a green car. And the colors represent communism is in red, and America is yellow, blue, white, and red, white, and blue. You can experiment. Sometimes you're very successful with experiments, and sometimes you mess up, but it's okay because you can cover it up. It is wild, but you can tame color. Now, as you can see, this is the color wheel. The color wheel is a tool used to organize colors. There are warm colors, there are cool colors, there's primary colors, secondary colors, and tertiary colors. We will go over these in more detail. Now, hue is another word for color. Notice that hue does not contain brown, black, or gray. It is colors that you can only see in the rainbow. Primary hues are red, yellow, and blue. From these three colors, you can make the rest of the color wheel. There is no way to create red by mixing two colors. Neither is yellow or blue. So as you can see, you can mix red and blue to make purple or violet. You can mix yellow and blue to make green, and you can mix red and yellow to make orange. It takes two primaries to get a secondary. And it takes one primary and one secondary to get a tertiary color. Now, the color wheel is a spectrum bent into a circle. It is basically your rainbow turned into a circle. This is a useful tool many designers use to organize colors. As you can see out there in the real world, there are many businesses who use the color wheel to organize their color schemes. The color wheel consists of 12 colors, which are 3 primary, 3 secondary, and 6 intermediate or tertiary colors. Now, to play a little game, please pause the video and play this little game. You must say the color, not the word, as fast as you can from left to right, all the way to the bottom. Go. Value is the difference between lightness and darkness in any work of art. Tint is when you add light or white to a color. Shade is when you add dark to a color, and tone is when you add gray. So for example, pink is a tint of red, but maroon is a shade of red. So is hunter green, it's a shade of green. But lime green is a tint of green. So is baby blue. Baby blue is a tint. So understand the difference. Now here's a work of art by Claude Monet, Eyes on Flows, Oil and Canvas. Take a minute to look over this painting and recognize whether it's tints, tones, or shades, and how this work of art makes you feel. Now here is The 3rd of May by Francisco Goya. Again, recognize if it's made with tints, tones, or shades, and which one dominates the work of art. take a moment to realize what's going on in the picture and how it makes you feel. If you need a historical lesson, look up the 3rd of May to learn more about it. This is the Black Museum in Austin, an installation work of art in the walls. What do you think? Tint, tone, or shade? Now, intensity is the brightness or dullness of a hue. So, if a color is very, very bright, then the intensity is high. You create intensity, you can dull the intensity by adding its opposite color. For example, you add green to red, it will start making it duller until you get a brown. Now, when you mix two complementary colors, you get browns. Now, depending on which two complementary colors you mix, the brown may be different. My personal favorite is orange and blue. That brown gives you a really nice brown that I use in most of my artworks. Complementary colors are the colors opposite to each other in the color wheel. You use these two to complement, to give you, for works to stand out. Many businesses use complementary colors under their color schemes. For example, yellow and purple. Can you think of any teams that use yellow and purple in their uniforms? Or how about red and green? What reminds you when you see the colors red and green? All right, so we have come to the end of part 1. Your activity is to create a color wheel like this, including tints, tones, shades, complementary colors, mixing complementary colors to make brown. You will have 1 class period to complete your color wheel. This is the end of part 1. Thank you very much.